happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life podcast, we talk about modifying your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Modified Frankie, the co-host. Oh, spiritually. Modified Frankie, the co-hostess with the mostest. How are we doing?
We're doing better.
We're doing good. So,
because someone promised me a donut if I behave.
I lied.
He really said.
I lied.
If I give you a donut later, you get your act
The
up.
more depressing part is that you got your act together for that donut.
He's like, give me a kiss. He's like, what if I get you a donut? I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy. You know, when you love a torta, you love a torta. You know what I mean?
give her a donut.
Give her. When all fails, give her a donut. Mm-hmm. No, I wanted to have this conversation with you. Normally, you give me the topics, and we go off of it, right? And we have our conversations. But I think this is going to be a very cool from a male and female's perspective.
Give it to me.
I want to know how you're taking having your body done. Like, how you've always been maybe the second or third pick.
Or last
pick. You know what I mean? Wasn't trying to be rude. I've always for sure wasn't number one pick in junior high and elementary school or high school, or why I just went completely all over the place. I don't know why I didn't go to order, but whatever. In grade school. And I noticed more. Like, I noticed that the stairs come more when we go out and stuff like that with you. I'm not sure if vice versa, but I want to know, like, you know, from being someone that was always like not the number one pick, or taking what she can, not what she wants. Like, how is it living in like this body where you are, I would say, beautiful to
the masses?
The masses, and I guess you say, like, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to say, like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just like asking the question, like, how is it, like, now that you're beautiful by, like,
I'm getting noticed more?
Yeah, like by, what's it called? By
society
standard. There you go. By society standards.
It's a little bit overwhelming right now.
Yeah.
But I also feel like even if I'd be like a single girl, it'd be overwhelming because it went from what I feel like nothing to, not that people are like catcalling me all day, but like you notice a big difference. Like I feel like seen more. Mm-hmm. So it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I haven't had anyone to be disrespectful at all, which I'm grateful for. But I feel like, you know, like a caged animal where you're like, wait, why are you staring at me? Mm-hmm. You know, It's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's also, it's cool like that people will notice it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but also because I do put a little bit more thought into getting put together every day than I used to.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
That was one of our biggest, like, not arguments, but one of our biggest, like, conversations of, like, hey, like, I want my lady to be a lady, you know?
Because it was
Is
leggings,
it what you thought it would be?
It was hoodies. It was a bun.
Like, and I'm not, this is not a trick question.
Maybe I didn't think about it. Because for so long, like, it wasn't a thing. So it wasn't like, I wish one day I could go back to people liking me, because it wasn't really that, you know? That's why, like, now it's kind of like, ooh, because it's something new. It's not like something that got taken away from me because I never got it to begin with.
Okay. So I would always be like, oh, well, like, I wonder how it is to, like, you know, be the good-looking guy for once, or to not have to work hard for a girl or something like that. Like, I wasn't
get all
like,
your drinks paid for.
Yeah. So, well, not me. I mean, I'm the one paying. We're
girl.
guys. Yeah, girls. Yeah, some guys bought me drinks before, though. I'm just saying.
Because I had friends. They were sisters. They were what you would consider IG Compton baddies. Compton baddies. They came from Compton. So they had the body, but boobs and butt, small waist, like great genetics, right? And I used to be like, oh my God, like I wish one day I could be like them, because they had no money, but every time they would go out, they would have the best time. And one of them had like a busted Sentra, like a Nissan Sentra, and be like, let's go to Vegas this weekend. I wasn't within age yet, so it's not even a question. But they'd be like, the mom would be like, girls, you guys are crazy. The mom was kind of like a liberal mom. She was like, do whatever you want. She's like, you guys are crazy. You don't even have money. And she's like, oh, we get bottle service all the time. She's like, all we have to do is dance next to the private section. And they would have like everything paid for, rooms paid for. I'm sure they did something else too. But the thing is, like, looks could get you far.
Yeah. I mean, there definitely is I feel like, a pretty girl privilege. Like I definitely can see that, and not because of like my personal opinions, because I can't really say the answer. Because one, I'm in a happy relationship. Two, feel I know how it is to be on the other side, so I don't want to be that person. Mm-hmm. But I will say, from society standpoint, I definitely see where like a lot of people don't respect and don't pay attention to fat people. Like fat people are like a joke to them. Mm-hmm. We've even had our own experiences, not too long ago of kind of being in a situation similar to that where it made us feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And which is not anyone's fault, because everyone
100%.
They feel the same way 99% of the world feels.
But they were just saying it. They didn't say it in a disrespectful way, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I felt offended, and then I talked to you about it. You're like, babe, it's like, but why are you offended? And I was like, well, because this person said this. Like, yeah, I wasn't talking about you. I'm like, oh wait. But I'm like, but I still identify.
Yeah. Well, no. we're going to have
like a chip on our shoulder.
A chip on our shoulders, because we know that we were once the people that were looked down upon. Mm-hmm. So like, even though I get a lot more attention, as a male, and in my 30s, and that's built something that has makes a decent amount of money, and you get more attention as a female in her 30s that is beautiful. I think for me, and I think I'm speaking for both of us, but we've had this conversation already. So it's like, one thing, it's like, I won't give what would have never been offered in the first place.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like I don't want to give you something that, 10 years ago you never paid attention to me.
Yeah. I would have been your ick.
Yeah, exactly. I would have been the one you want to get, you would have been the one I want to get in good with, to get to your friends who are going to be dancing next to the tables, right?
Yeah.
So you would just be like the +1 or +3 or whatever the hell it is, right?
Mm-hmm. So the fridge that protects the snacks.
Yeah, exactly. The fridge that protects the snacks. But I think it's like, it's a good talk to be had, because, it's a lot of change that happens in weight loss. And when I'm talking weight loss, it could be 50 pounds, it could be 100 pounds, it could be 300 pounds. There's a lot of change other than just your physical or your mental. It's your physical that changes.
Both, yeah.
It's also, too, what you expect, what you are willing to put up with, what you provide, and what you're willing to let be provided to you.
I feel like your tolerance does, like, diminish for things that you'd be willing to put up with when you were bigger.
I don't put up with anything anymore. If I don't like you, I don't talk to you.
But now I understand people like, oh, you changed when you lost weight. I get it now. I'm like, they should have, because for the most part, you're probably a doormat.
Well, 100%. We were a doormat. And on top of that, and by the right people, right? By certain people, not by, because I know family watch our podcast, though, and I always feel kind of bad. Like,
but we're not just talking about us individually. It's just like all the people. General, yeah.
No, but I just know that, like, we do have people who love us and been with us rocking with day one, but sometimes they probably think like,
but the shoe won't fit because they didn't use us that way.
Very true. But they liked us because we were doormats. They liked us because we were the ones that gave rides. We liked us because we're the ones that picked people up. We're liked us because we're the ones that would always say yes to something. They didn't like us for us. They liked us for what we did, because I guarantee, and comment down below if you believe this, and if this resonates with you. I guarantee once you realize, even if you didn't start a weight loss journey, once you realize that you were being used, and once you said no to them, they no longer mess with you as much as they ever did.
You're not the first call.
You're not the first call anymore. You're not the fun one anymore. You're not the one that is like, so many people told me like, bro, we used to have so much fun, bro. What happened? I'm like, bro, I was miserable. Like, yes, I were drinking every week, and yes, I had a smile on my face, but my bank account was broke. Mm-hmm. Right? I was morbidly obese. I was living an unhealthy lifestyle. Like, yes, we had fun on the outside, but I mean, does it really matter what's on the outside when the inside is raw? Yeah, it's a fun moment. There you go. It's a fun moment. And I just know that like wasn't. Now, do I still have a blast? Yeah, we went out to the river the last time. We had a blast with the losers. Like, I had a great time, but it's not every single weekend. I don't need that stuff to have fun. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's understanding that you are going to change a lot more than what that photo shows. Mm-hmm. There is so much change that's happened behind these, behind the photos and videos of me and Frankie that people can't even comprehend how much change. But I will tell you what, there's not one thing that changed that I don't like, and there's not one thing about me that I used to like before that didn't double up and to become better. Like my personality, I love my personality when I was overweight. I feel like it amplified now. My confidence is there a lot more, right? Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. But I have a question since you asked me. how is it for you? Like, I know that you notice more, that you get more attention, but like, how does it feel for you? Not a trick question.
I'm socially awkward. I don't know how to take. I'll be honest. I'm never gonna. We talk about this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'm socially awkward. I don't know how to take a compliment. I feel like the person behind. So, in order to make sense of this conversation, I have to go back into elementary school, right? So there was this girl. Her name was Bianca. There's this guy who was named Eric, right? I thought Bianca was really cute. I wanted to ask her to prom, and I thought her and Eric were dating, but apparently everyone was saying no all day. Like, no, just ask her, bro. Just ask her. Like 12 of my buddies, 12 of my friends. So at lunchtime, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask her. Yeah, like she's cool. Like we all hang out, blah, blah. I'm gonna ask her if she wanted to go. It wasn't prom, it was a Valentine's Day thing for, it was like junior high. It was like an elementary school. It was like, it was elementary school. It's like, they have little dances. Mm-hmm. And so at lunchtime I went to, go ask her. And then everyone was laughing. She's like, ew, no. She's like, I'm dating Eric. They all knew that. Fuck you,
Bianca.
They all knew that was going to happen. They all knew that I was going to go.
So you were the joke.
So I was a joke. And that made me feel stupid. Like, you see those feelings. You see those videos when people like, when they give me the money feeling, like, that, like, you feel
I've been
dumb.
Part of that.
Yeah, you feel like so dumb in that moment. You're just like, you just want to crawl into a ball. Mm-hmm. Well, times that by 10, because there was guys laughing.
Times that by 12 of the people laughing at you, right?
No, that's just 12 of my boys. That was including her girlfriends that were there. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was a decent amount of people laughing. It was like a movie scene for a second. I played it off, but that shit haunts me to this day, right? So I was like, damn. So that feeling right there is what I mean. Like, so now I still, like, when someone gives me a compliment, like that girl did at New Year's, she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, no one could pull off that jacket like you. I was like, who's she talking to? She ain't talking to me.
You're like, oh, I got it here.
And then, I was like, oh, I was like, I like flowers. I like turtles. You know what I mean?
Fart.
Yeah. I just run away. Just drop the drink and run away. Not $75 drink in Vegas. I ain't dropping shit, right? But I am socially awkward, hands down. And you won't agree with it because you know me. But
no, you are when it comes to awkward. Things like that. I've noticed.
When people come up to me and shake my hand and give me a hug and talk to me for the first 30 seconds, I am a freaking socially awkward person. And it's not that I don't love it. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just that it's new to me. Yeah. I'm talking about the not from my family. I'm talking about from random people that I appreciate so much.
Yeah.
So how I deal with it is like I'm starting to get a little bit more better with it.
But you like it, right?
I do. Oh no, I love it. No, I love it.
Because we always wanted it to some degree.
Yeah, but 100%. I will say this, right? I do not beg. I do not look. I do not search for attention. But I think it's safe to say I am a human, and I do love the attention. I do love the people coming up to talk to me, sharing their story, and how much inspiration I and myself or we have brought to them. Like, no, I love it. Keep coming up to me, please. But no, it's hard for me to take it in. So, like, I just, I love it. I embrace it. I'm open to everyone about it, but it's still something I need to catch up with. Like, that part I got to catch up with. Me becoming the person in the room that actually owns the business, not working with the person who owns the business. I'm catching up to that. Mm-hmm. Me having value more than everyone around me. Sometimes, right? Sometimes I'm the leader in a room full of other leaders. I'm also learning that. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't understand. That, like, before I just wanted to freaking work, eat, and freaking disappear and go have fun.
Everything takes a bit to catch up. It's not just because you lost the weight. You're technically him, right? But in your brain, like, all that has to catch up.
I was looking in the mirror today. I'm like, holy crap, I have a waist. Like, I was lifting up this because I forget how much loose skin is up here.
I forget. My brain doesn't forget that I got surgery ever, right? But sometimes when I go in the shower, I take off my clothes right. It happens to be right in front of the mirror. And I'll turn, I'm like, oh, dang, it's gone.
Oh, dang. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I remember the skin's gone, but like all it, because I remember you had one surgery that absolutely did wonders for you. Mm-hmm. My first surgery, it did wonders, but I look worse than that when I went in because at least loose skin everywhere. Now I have abs, and I have fucking man tits, and I have a whole bunch of loose skin in my legs. So not complaining, but it is not my complete. It's not even close to being complete yet. Mm-hmm. So I was in there. I was like pulling on my skin. I was like, holy crap. Like, there's my ab, like when they pull this up and they do my my upper body, like the abs will just be there. They don't have to be like, I don't have to flex, like they're just there.
Nice.
So I was like, holy crap! And then like this, and then I put on more muscle mass over for the last year. After surgery, I mean, so I'm like, holy crap! Like I look solid right now. When I cut down, it's gonna look crazy. Like, so a lot of things, and then also too, I've noticed that I actually feel I look heavier now. Well, I don't, but I do. When I have a shirt on, I look heavier because up here's wider because I obviously put on muscle, but I also have a lot of loose skin up here. So my body right now is wide up here and then V's down and then goes out a little bit. So there's little things I'm noticing now.
You're nitpicking
I'm
now?
nitpicking at it, but at the end of the day, I know it has to get ugly before it gets better. But it doesn't change the fact that like it makes me still a little weary, a little like, oh my gosh, I have to this and now do that. So like, you know, it all adds to like the getting the compliments and feeling a little awkward, you know, and stuff like that. But I see it though. When people look at me, they're like, that guy was 650 pounds. He has abs. He has muscle. He has triceps.
He's got a body. He's got a story.
He has a story. Like, but me sometimes I'm like, oh, a little weird. But I will say this though. It's not what I thought it would be because obviously I'm in a happy relationship. I'm not going to clubs and stuff like that every weekend. But I'm happy that you get to experience. Like I'm happy that because like I think it's way different for you growing up without a body and being overweight than it is a guy.
Well, yeah, because for women, like most of like your value in the beginning is just like what you look like. Because for men, you don't really have to look like much as long as you have a cool car or some money.
When you have money, you don't gotta look like much. But if you're broke,
as long as you smell good and you have a nice car and money, it doesn't matter what you look like.
Apparently, I have to be 6'1", make over $100,000 a year, and have multiple houses in order for me to be compatible for even any girl in life.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm not 6'1". I make good money though.
He's 6.5.
6 foot flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. If I was 6 foot, I'm gone. Nah, but yeah, I think that is something that needs to be talked about more. Is like it's not just a physical change. It's not just the change on the scale that's just different.
One part of the puzzle.
That's one form of measurement. There's so much like I made that post today talking about like I don't know why today I was just feeling really grateful. I think that's why we didn't click this morning. Like I was very in a positive mood and like excited for everything. I think you were just kind of stressing. You got your period coming on
just to get out of the house.
Just get out of the house and just start the day. And then I was like, damn, like. Because I don't know what came over me this morning, right? And it wasn't bad. I was just like, for some reason I got the chills. Like I felt very weird, right? And I was in the
restroom.
Yeah, in the restroom. I was just
okay.
I think
you were there
looking
for
at
a while.
I was looking at old photos or something like that, and I got like the chills. Like I remember like my thought process. Like I remember being so like negative. Like I don't know. I got like a weird like not a flashback like a movie, right? Like just like a weird like oh man, like I saw that photo. I was like, I remember how I felt. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was I was scrolling through and I just seen it. I seen the photo of there was throw up on the side of the Jeep. And I was like, man, like I remember like I was damn near in tears because I felt like such a loser.
Having to clean up someone else's throw up.
Clean up someone's throw up. Like I felt like a loser. And I'm not judging any Uber drivers out there, but like
because you weren't living to your potential.
Morally and my soul knew I wasn't living to my potential. And I just felt stupid. I just felt like a loser. Like it's like no one ever flexes like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, yeah, he's crushing. He's an Uber driver.
Yeah, he made $200 because someone threw up in my car.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, and when I refelt that feeling, I think I felt really grateful. Like I'm like, damn, like I'm not that person anymore. Like
so that matters more than to you than how you said like getting attention from people now.
Yes, 100%. I think as a man that my success or my presence or my self-worth or self-love comes from bringing value to you and other people.
To me?
Yeah, to like you, my mom, my sister, my family. Like I don't know how to if I'm explaining it correctly, but for instance, I was approved to get a McLaren. 34 years old.
He was hyper focused on this
I was approved to get a McLaren, $330,000 car. I got approved. I was fucking so happy. Were
you planning the mods in your head?
Oh, 100%. The freaking $20,000 carbon fiber kit, you know, the $15,000 wheels. There's a list. There's a list. And I felt cool. I felt good. But it didn't. And when I got approved, I didn't.
Like you made it kind of.
Well, when I got approved, it wasn't even like I screenshot it, sent it to my brother, sent it to you, sent my mom. Like it just was. We're approved. I was approved. And I was like kind of looking at it like, okay, am I being hood rich? Like, is this where that, I'm not gonna say how much money I was gonna put down on it, but I'm gonna say that it was a decent amount of money. I was like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this to impress those 12 people that laughed at me and to show them how, look at me now? Like, why do I feel like closure? Like, why do I feel good? Right? Like the day I got the truck, I felt amazing that day. I had my godson, I felt happy, right? But getting into it, I was like, but then when the next couple days after, we started talking about the nonprofit, and I'm like, I think you asked me the question, like, why aren't we doing it? I think it was you asked me, like, why? And it wasn't like a bad question, like, why aren't we doing it? And I was like, well, shit, Francine, why aren't we doing it? Right? I was thinking in my head, like, why aren't we doing it? And then from there, my shift, like,
you just needed to get approved.
I just need to get approved. But the McLaren thing was no longer a thing in my head. Like, I was like, if I'm going to spend money, let's put that money towards this, and that McLaren will come later. I'll be able to buy 3 McLaren. I'll be able to give a McLaren away. So the whole reason why I shared that story with you is to say this. My closure or my fulfillment came from knowing that in the next 5 months, there's going to be 2 people getting a surgery date to get their surgery. In the next 5-6 months, you're going to be set up as a coach and to be able to run heavy to modify the brand if anything were to happen to me. And you're going to be able to bring value to other people. My closure is that I get to help my mom and my sister right now. And then when they move, I could give them a couple thousand to move. Like, you know what I mean? So
that gives you fulfillment. That fills up your cup, right?
Fulfillment. The other day, my brother reached out to me. He needed to borrow my truck and my trailer. And that made me feel good. Like,
and he's like, hey, by the way, you need gas.
By the way, he left me on empty. But you know what I mean? Like, my fulfillment comes from working hard enough to make the people that I love's life better. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
You, my brothers, my sisters, my family, my clients, right? You know how much money I invest into my clients. You know what I mean? From sending them skills. I feel like
that's why I'm so overprotective when people say things about you. Even in our real life, I'm like, oh, like he has like no patience or blah blah. I'm like, you have no fucking idea what this guy does for people.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit here and give the list. But I'm like, we make a really good living. We're so blessed because we work really hard. But you're not like, oh, we have all this money for ourselves. You're just like, oh, this person needs this. Oh, this person needs that. And sometimes we're like, hey, can you chill for a second? And you're like, yeah, but like they need it. And like, this is a single mom and whatever. I'm like, I get it. So like, I feel like you love how you saw like the McLaren thing. But you care more about like what your money could do for others.
Yeah, because it's going to come. The materialistic stuff is going to come. But my fulfillment doesn't come from getting compliments from girls. It comes from people sending me messages of how like our story impacts them and how they know that anything's possible because of us and how that one story post got them to go to the gym that day. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just to be honest with you. So I think that, you know, we think that we're losing weight and we're so excited to get the compliment from that guy or girl. But once you get to that goal and once you hit that weight and once you are becoming the best version of yourself, you're not going to need that compliment from that girl. You're not going to need that.
Not if you're doing it for the right thing. Like if you are doing it to get the attention from.
Oh, then you'll get it.
And that's fine. The only thing is that you do have to be careful with who you let into your space that way because one, you weren't good enough then. And then for the most part, the people that are giving you that attention, like I know the people giving me attention now is because they want one thing from me. And that's fine, right? But it's like you have to really be careful with like, is that what you want to do?
Is that what you want to just give up the good old the chonchonis?
Yeah. So, and if it is,
do it.
Live your life, girl.
Hey,
I love hoes.
Hey, hoe it up.
I love them.
What is it? Yes. Hoe it up. Right? That's what girls do? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think, you know, I think we should leave on this, right? Because I think you touched on something, but I think we need to also address an elephant in the room.
What?
It is okay to start your journey to piss off and to destroy someone else's thought process about you. Sometimes it has to start like that.
Oh,
like sometimes you got to start in your villain era. Right, and it's not always going to be. I had a dream of my sister being by herself in a bed, and I, you know, it's not going to be.
But then when you're on track, find your peace to keep going.
But it changes though. It changes. Like man, like It changes, is what I'm saying. So don't, just because you're like, oh man, I Frankie and AJ said that if I started because I got broken up with,
start for whatever.
No, start for whatever, but it does change. Mm-hmm. You should always want it to change, because what the worst thing that you could do in your journey of self-development and growth is it works so hard to get that person to notice you and they still don't notice you. Because now that is going to break your spirit, that is going to break your ego, that is going to break your confidence, that is going to break your just self-worth down. So you cannot put all your eggs in one basket on that one person to give you the attention that you need.
But start with however you need.
But start how you need.
Because mine was, because I didn't want to lose my relationship, because I felt like
you don't want to be the fat girlfriend.
I don't want to be the fat girlfriend.
So
and then I'm like, oh my gosh, if I'm the fat girlfriend, he's not going to want me anymore, and then we're not going to be together. Now that's not healthy overall, but that's what got me to start. So it doesn't matter. And now like I have self-worth more so than I did before. So now like I want to do these things like life with you, right? 100%. That's my goal. But I have enough self-worth that like if you were taken out of the equation, I would still do me. Like I would still make sure that I put my goals, my health first, because now it's not about you.
No, it's about us.
But if that's what, again, as dark as it is, whatever, as long as you start, just use whatever you need as fuel.
That's it. I mean, but yeah, it's going to change though. 100%. I'll tell you right now, it's just going to change if that's how you were starting. So, just get out there and do it for yourself, and you're going to go through so much changes. And if there's a topic, if there's a question you guys have, please comment below, because maybe you're like, what happens about this? These are great topics. Like, you understand that we are still in the middle, not only in the middle of our journeys and we're still working on ourselves, we're also running a business to help people. We're starting multiple businesses, including a nonprofit.
We have several already.
Sometimes we forget to, like you have to like bring back that old version of us so we could go on a 45-minute conversation about it. So always ask those questions. We make this podcast for you guys, and I hope we brought value to you. If we did, don't forget to like, comment, share. There's like 60 or 70% of you that are not subscribed. Let's change that bad boy. Let's get that up. And we've been noticing the comments a lot more. Thank you so much. Also, too, I'm thinking like once we hit 20K, we do like some type of giveaway. Like we do like,
I want to do a 20,000 giveaway on my Instagram, so we should do it for YouTube.
Well, we're doing YouTube too, so we do on both. Yeah, maybe we'll do like 3 months on my program. Maybe we'll fly you out, put you on the podcast. I don't know. We'll do something that'll be pretty cool, because 20K is like, man, I remember starting my YouTube channel and I was trying to hit 100, and then I got 1,000. So it's like 20K on YouTube is gonna be crazy. We're like 2,600 away from there, and we're growing every day. Shout out to our team is constantly pushing out content, and shout out to everyone that's listening and sharing and stuff like that. So because of you guys, we're growing, and I will promise you in the next 5 years we'll be one of the top 5 podcasts in the world of self-development and weight loss. I'm telling you guys right now.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.